Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. They said there's been a lot of confusion and jealousy and, so much inside the palace of the Ooni of Ife. As, the Ifa priests, and diviners talked about the 3 trials of the Golden Prince, the spiritual Ordeal Tadenikawo must undergo before his 10th birthday. They said Ifa revealed that Tadenikawo is destined to be an Ooni of Ife. And they said when that revelation came out, Ebony broke down in frustration as Ooni of Ife, continued to prepare Tadenikawo, leaving her son alone. But the thing is that Ooni of Ife has got 3 sons right now. How come we don't hear about Oletik's son? Oletik could care less whether the boy becomes Ooni or the boy does not become. The woman is just there minding her business. Why is Ebony into this level of competition? This is the question that everybody is asking. They said the latest exposition is the very heartbeat of the royal bloodline. And, this shocking exposition has rocked the sacred walls of the Ooni of Ife's palace, and it centers around, none other but Prince Tadenikawo, the son of Queen Naomi, the Golden Prince, as he is now being called by the palace elders, has been marked by the Ifa oracle for something no other royal child of this generation has ever been destined for. Not just greatness, but the throne itself. Yes, so Dela right, you heard me right. They said Ifa has spoken. Prince Tadenikawo is the future of, the throne, the Ooni of Ife. But the road to the throne is not paved with gold. Before his 10th birthday, Tadenikawo must pass the 3 trials, a powerful and ancient spiritual ordeal that only a chosen heir can undergo. These trials are sacred and they have not been performed in the palace for nearly a century right now. And while the palace prepares for this divine ritual, chaos is erupting on the other side of the royal wife's quarters. Why? Because one woman is spiraling in frustration, and of course her name is none other than Ebony. Okay, they said that sources say that she is fury. She's unhappy over what is going on because she feels like her son is completely ignored. They said just days ago, Ifa priest, after deep consultation and divination, summoned the Ooni of Ife and declared that destiny has chosen Tadenikawo. The signs were undeniable. The boy carries a royal mark, both physically and, spiritually. His aura is ancient. His dreams are messages. His drawings have baffled the seers. And ever since the incident with the white oracle, the elders say his spiritual frequency has only intensified. Now, in Yoruba tradition, when a child is chosen by Ifa to ascend the ancestral throne, he must undergo what is known as Egbele Meta, okay? The 3 trials of the crown, okay? So they call it Ibele Meta. Okay, that's the word. Ibele Meta. Okay, the 3 trials of the crown. Now, let's go into the story. If you understand the Ife tradition very well, they have about 4 ruling houses, and for centuries now, a king is supposed to come from one of these ruling houses. Now, any child that is born into any of these ruling houses, if you are a boy, there is a likelihood that in future you may become king in Ile-Ife. Okay, that is why you see parents who have boys in these ruling houses, that prepare them, keep them under their traditional tutelage to understand the tradition, appreciate the tradition, learn about the tradition, so that if you are chosen in future, you are not, knocked off course. Okay, and so they do that for their children, but they said that there are exceptions, okay? Even though kings are supposed to come from these ruling houses, that there are traditional exceptions that are made. And from century to century, you see these traditional exceptions. They are able to know them from their infancy, okay? They know this traditional exception, and they say Tadenikawo falls under this traditional exception. But who would even doubt that, knowing the kind of woman that Olori Naomi is? Olorinami is a gift, and that boy is a gift. The Ooni of Ife has said it time and time again that Tadenikawo is indeed a gift to him. And so that's why nobody is surprised about what is going on now in the palace. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy just from the source. And still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. I share my people. If you're here to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys so much, okay? This is not just a walk in the wood. It is a spiritual test where the chosen prince is taken into the sacred grove of Urumayan. You know, blindfolded and left in total silence to spend the night there. The child must face his fears alone with only the ancestors to guide him. If he returns without crying, screaming, or calling for help, he passes. You know, trial 2, the fire of purity. In this ritual, the prince's body is symbolically marked with ancestral fire, not to harm but to awaken. Small sacred embers are used to ignite spiritual, sight. If the child reacts violently or resists, it means he is not ready. If he stays calm, his spirit is declared strong enough to hold powers. Trial number 3, the throne whisper. This is the rarest one. The prince is made to sit on a symbolic throne surrounded by 7 masked elders, each representing past kings. One by one, they speak coded proverb to him. If he can decode them, correctly without help, he is confirmed as an heir to the stool of Oduduwa. Now they said these are the trials that Tadenikawo will have to go through, but this will start when he turns 10 years old. But not everyone is clapping at this. So inside the royal quarters, Ebony, the once confident, ever glamorous wife who used to believe her own son had a shot at legacy, is said to be breaking down. Witnesses report she was seen weeping uncontrollably just after the Oni met with the Ifa priest. She stormed out of the meeting, reportedly shouting, "What about my own son? Has he suddenly become invisible in this palace?" The jealousy is boiling, the bitterness is loud, and it doesn't end with Ebony. They said that, everybody is wondering why Queen Naomi gets to get the best at all times. And that is why they continue to say that whom the God has blessed, the God has blessed. Nobody can cause a child that has been blessed by God. And that child happens to be Queen Naomi. Inside, palace insiders say Ebony has gone, quiet and, very angry and frustrated with the things that are happening to her right now. Then on the other side, they said Olorinami has remained calm, composed, and spiritually focused. She knows what at stake. Sources close to her say she's been in private fast, visiting sacred, having sacred prayers with a lot of pastors and all of that, her godmothers and her godfathers and all of that. Now, Naomi is somebody who is rooted in her belief, okay? If Naomi agrees to do something, it's because she has a conviction that that does not go outside the confines of her own belief system. Naomi is rooted in the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that is what she wants to continue to practice. No matter what happens, she knows her boundaries, and that is the one thing that Ooni of Ife loves so much about Olorinami. But however, Tadenikawo is the son of a traditionalist, the first son, the heir apparent, and unfortunately, there's not much Olorinami can do. There are certain things that Tadenikawo will have to go through, except Naomi is saying that she will not allow it. And if Naomi says that, it is something that hurt the Ooni of Ife so much. So when it comes to Tadenikawo, Kabiyesi has told Naomi, allow Tadenikawo to do all his rights, because I'm preparing Tadenikawo for the task ahead. He is my first son. He is my heir apparent. Allow me prepare him the way fathers are supposed to prepare their sons for, the task ahead. Now, as we are hearing, they say there's been so much bad blood in the palace. Ebony has cried. Luck is not on Ebony's side these days. Ooni has come to know who Ebony truly is right now, and things are not looking good for Ebony at all. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.